We are reaching a time where more and more people will have easy access to their DNA. Just about 15 years ago, it cost the equivalent of 4 jumbo jet aeroplanes to read the sequence of one human DNA from beginning to end. Today, it costs around a bicycle to read the DNA, and it takes about the time to read your DNA, the same time it'll take you to ride your bicycle from home to work and back. Before you know it, it's going to cost like a cup of coffee, and it'll take the time to read your DNA, the same time it'll take you to drink the coffee. Isn't that amazing? We are reaching a time which we call DNA of everything. We will be able to read the DNA of everything around us. This is a new layer of information we have never seen before.
That was Professor Noam Shomron, our chief scientist on a TED event in Israel. 1 in every 100 babies is born with a significant genetic syndrome that causes him to live his entire life in very low functioning capabilities. Most pregnant women perform non-invasive tests that allow the detection of a small portion of the syndromes, such as Down syndrome. It is possible to perform invasive tests that identify more syndromes, but those tests are dangerous, are performed late, and therefore are only used in high-risk pregnancies. identifai offers an advanced testing performed early in pregnancy, non-invasively, that covers most of the known genetic disorders, or in other words, enable all invasive testing capabilities by an early and simple blood test. How does it work? More than 20 years ago, it was discovered that the fragments of DNA are circulating in the mother's blood, both hers and her fetus's DNA. Our team is able to separate the DNA into 2 sacks, a sack of the mother's DNA and a sack of the fetus's. And now for the magic. We managed to take the fetus's sack and rebuild all its full DNA. It's like taking it letter by letter, reassemble them together, and rewrite the book. Once we have its DNA, we check what is written in the book. And if we detect the presence of a significant genetic disease, we can inform the parents. The solution already works. We have proven this on a number of families, in collaboration with leading hospitals in Israel. An example can be seen here of parents carrying a serious genetic disease, mental retardation that causes total dysfunction. Each of the parents is healthy, but carries the gene, so the child has 25% to suffer from this disorder. We ran our test and identified that the child would not be sick and would only be a carrier, and we predicted that with 99.8% of accuracy. After the child was born, we received a sample of his DNA and saw that we were accurate in our diagnosis. Our ability to read all types of syndromes non-invasively and early in pregnancy gives us a huge advantage over our competitors. Our competitors read the title of the cover of the book, while we read it letter by letter. The market of genetic prenatal testing is huge, and it is growing rapidly due to the increase in genetic knowledge, as well as the drop in the DNA sequencing prices. And since in most developed countries, families have only 1 or 2 children, they want as much information as possible. We are a young startup company, but we are based on 5 years of academic research. We have been able to prove ability retrospectively, and recently we started a prospective clinical validation with leading hospitals. Our go-to-market starts with a unique product that brings value within 18 months. After 1 more year, we will offer the full and comprehensive test. All the experts say that within 5 years, all pregnancies will undergo such a test. identifai wants to offer it first. Thank you.
Reading your DNA gives you great knowledge about yourselves. Knowledge leads to power. And we all know that with great power comes great responsibility.